Now, if you've been on the internet for the past few months, you know that Dixie damelio has been a trending topic for many reasons, but mostly her music. I have a few things to say about this, so let's hop right in. Starting with how her music career began. Her music career began because she became a prominent and immensely popular figure on TikTok. She has amassed nearly 50 million followers on the platform. And if you know anything about today's music, you would know that TikTok has been extremely influential in the placement of songs on charts. In fact, a ton of massive hits in the past few years received more attention after going viral on TikTok. From Say So by Doja Cat, to Old Town Road, the longest running #1 single in history, to Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo, which debuted at the top spot on the Billboard Hot 100. This is an extremely small portion of songs that have blown up on TikTok. Most likely, if you've seen a song by an artist you've never heard of blow up on the charts these days, it's more than likely thanks to TikTok. In 2020 alone, over 70 artists that broke out on TikTok landed major label record deals. So with that being said, it is completely understandable why a label would see an opportunity to capitalize off an enormous TikTok star and hand her a record deal. Now, I'm not for gatekeeping music. I believe anyone can at least try and see if it's a talent they have. People often have this mindset that to start a music career, you have to have a burning passion and deeply profound love of music. And although I do agree that people who actually love and care about music tend to make the best music, that is not always the case. In reality, music, like every other art and profession and thing that makes money, is simply a job for a lot of acts. With that being said, Dixie damelio did in fact try a music career, and it's not something she's good at. I personally don't think she has one good song, and if she truly did have a love for music, she wouldn't be releasing the faceless, generic, and bland music that she does. Her voice doesn't have much character. I don't feel like she sings with much conviction. The songwriting of her songs are simply bad, which is crazy because she is a pretty popular person. You would think that she would have superb writers on her team. Also, it's one thing to be generic and make the most general appealing music, but you can do that and also show your personality, which she doesn't do. She doesn't write any of her music, which is fine. Not everyone is a songwriter, but the fact that people that do write for her come up with songs like One Day just shows how manufactured that her brand truly is, at least when it comes to music. I do feel like her TikTok branding feels more organic. The production on her music has a lack of personality that even Maroon 5 can triumph. But I don't see her stopping with music because she's bringing in a lot of traction, business, and more importantly, money. If you've been on the internet for the past few months, chances are you've seen people comparing Dixie damelio's Spotify monthly listeners to their favorite singers, and the comparisons don't make sense for many reasons. If you don't know what Spotify monthly listeners are, they are unique listeners who play the artist's music during a 28-day period. This stat updates every day and appears on both the artist profile on Spotify and right above the timeline graph in the audience section of Spotify for Artists, according to Spotify. So basically, monthly Spotify listeners aren't reflective of overall success of an artist. It's just a reflection of how many people are listening to a specific artist for that singular month. That's why it makes no sense that people are comparing their favorite singers, some of whom have been in the industry 10 years plus, to a younger, newer artist who has achieved success through TikTok. Of course, she's going to have more monthly listeners than your favorite artist who hasn't dropped an album in years. Meanwhile, she is consistently dropping new music. Yes, her music isn't particularly good in my opinion, but I'm sure a lot of kids on TikTok and in her audience might enjoy it. I also feel like it's not fair to single Dixie D'Amelio out for having more monthly Spotify listeners than more seasoned artists. Almost every younger artist who is consistently releasing music has more monthly Spotify listeners than singers who have been around longer. Yes, Dixie's music might not be good, but these comparisons are pretty pointless, especially since Spotify monthly listeners aren't any indication of overall success, talent, or even overall streams. It's just a way of tracking how many people are currently listening to that certain person. Meanwhile, Dixie's current success makes complete sense, no matter if you don't like her music. TikTok is the most influential app in the music industry right now. She has nearly 50 million followers on TikTok, a pretty strong fan base who also happens to be young. On top of that, her songs have been going viral, whether for good or bad attention. So of course she's going to have quite a lot of listeners, even if it means that's more monthly listeners than our favorite singers. People are definitely overreacting about Spotify monthly listeners.